All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dowell. Things change. They do. Things literally change in life. As a matter of fact, I will say this. If you're not advancing and going forward. Now, mind you, I understand when I put this title out here, things change. Things can change. It can go from bad to worse, or it can go from better to best. Things change. It's totally 1% up to you. You get to control your life. You get to control your destiny. You get to control your attitude. You get to control everything about you. I mean, I'll give you an example. There once was a time that I had a black beard. Now it's salt and pepper, more salt than pepper. Things change. I'm a hard-working man. I'm a hard-working man. And I remember when we started the community out there, 99%, well, 98% of the homes out there didn't have running water. Of course, that depends on how you look at it. I mean, if you get 2 buckets and you go to the creek and you get to the house, you got running water. That's still a necessity of life. You still got them fulfilled. But now we have 98% of the homes out on the community over a period of time that have running water in it. Why? Because things change. We continually keep advancing. We continue to keep driving on. We continue to keep striving. We continue to keep going forward. I'm a hell of a lot more mature. I'm a hell of a lot more knowledgeable. I'm a whole lot more keener, a whole lot more smarter, a hell of a lot more discerning than I was when I was in my youth. Why? Things change. I remember when I was in my 30s, 247 pounds of granite. I will work my rear end off, man, and I stayed in shape. Everybody would tell you that Pastor Dowell has always been in some type of shape. But things change. I can still work. I still work. I don't think my production has dropped off as much at all. It's just that now my interest is in other areas, whereas the now younger crew has come up and taken some of that physical workload off him. I still physically get out there and still do the same things, just not as much because I'm taking care of other things. Why? Because things change. I am more or less functioning in life right now because of this. I get more production out of my life because of this than I did this. Which one do I enjoy the most? This. I enjoyed working with these roughened hands right here. That's what I enjoy working with. Why? Because I like seeing a finished product. I like striving. I like watching myself and people around me advance from one glory to the next, from being better to best and going to great. Things change. I can tell you there's a lot of things in life, depending on which way you want to go, but things do change. Things have changed immensely in my life. There was a time I used to drive a jalopy of a truck, and now this truck that I'm driving right now is the best truck I've ever driven. Things change. And I'm telling you, I remember when I had set these goals, and I've said, and I stuck with these goals in my life. When I was in my 230s, when I was in my 30s, I carried about 240 to 250 as far as weight-wise goes. So then I said to myself, I said, as every decade goes by, I'm going to change. All right, and what I did was change. So when I got into my 50s, when I got into my 40s, I went from my 230 to 240. I maintained weight in that weight class around that area because I'm disciplined, and I try to make sure I hold myself accountable to make sure that I'm a man of my word, and that I stick with my goals so I can prosper in life. And so when I got into my 50s, I said I'm going to maintain my weight between 220 and 230. And I've done that. I've done that literally. I only got 2 more years to go before I finish out this decade. And I've done that. And then when I get in my 60s, I want to hold somewhere between maybe 212 to 220, somewhere along that. Why? Because I don't really need all this muscle. I don't need all this strength and all this power and all this might as I get older and stuff, because the joints are starting to fail. Things change. I don't create muscle no matter how much I work out like I used to, but I stay in good optimum health. Things change. So over the years, everything that we've done, everything I've done, things have changed. That's true. I mean, hey, that's just the facts of life. Things are going to change. If anything is staying stagnant or the same, or if you're on the wrong side of the needle, you should always stay on the green or the positive side. What is going on today, man? Dogs love being in the yellow line on a busy. It'll be bad for them, real bad for them, extremely bad for these dogs out here, man. These people need to put some leashes on these dogs, because they get hit by this truck, it's curtains. Ain't gonna be nothing but spaghetti on the road, and I'm gonna keep on trucking. It's just sad. Anyway, so I guess things change, don't they? So anyway, I forgot where my train of thought was, but nevertheless, hey, in life, you got to understand, you got to gauge yourself. Are you on the green side of the needle, or are you on the red side of the needle? You have 0, you go to 100 to the positive, 0 to the negative, or 100 on the negative. Which one are you? As you get older, are you getting better, or are you getting worse, or are you aging gracefully? Things change. Well, I know one thing. I put a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort into everything that I do, no matter what I put my hand to. Anything I do, I make sure I do it heartily as unto the Messiah. I do, because I love him. Why? Because that's the way I want my mind to be, and I don't want it to slip. So if you're going to advance in life, you got to set goals, because you want things to change. Things are going to change. Now, it depends on your perspective. It depends on what lenses that you're looking at things through. Because, I mean, you could be looking at things through a negative lens, and you could be saying, things change. Look at it, things change. Yeah. But if you're looking from a positive lens, you can see the fruit of it, and you can say, things have changed. So what has changed from you? Are you stagnant? Are you mundane? Are you mediocre? Are you staying in the same area, not advancing, not getting better at all in anything that you do? Are you still doing the same thing yesterday that you did 6 months ago? Are you still the same way that you were last year or 5 years ago? Then you're not changing for the better, but you are changing for the worse. I mean, you understand what I mean? So every single thing in life, we change, and things do change. And things should change, depending on what fruit you're sowing. So I hope it says something to stimulate thought. Each and one, every last one of them. Hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, we need to constantly press towards the mark of the prize of the high calling of Yah and the Messiah, Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus, the Messiah, Jesus the Christ. We need to constantly press. Because remember, things change. And work on. I'm also waiting for these to change too. Hopefully one day they will change. I'm looking at these hands. Boy, these hands is rough, ain't they? Whoa, things change.